Hello, hello! Welcome back to Brenda's Books. This is episode 16 of season 2, and today we are on chapter 18 of Sara's War. In this chapter there is a song, and I actually wrote a song with an actual melody, which is shocking, but I'm pretty happy with it. If you would like to view the song itself, you can follow the YouTube link, which is in the description of this episode, as well as a Facebook link or a Twitter link. So you can go to whichever platform you prefer. Without further ado, here is Chapter 18, Magical Melody. "Hey, Randy," I call in the awkward silence. "You ready to dance?" Randy nods, glancing between Jack and me. "Great," I say, walking toward him. Randy slowly puts his arms around me, still eyeing Jack as he walks away. It takes him a minute to return to his cheery self, and it takes me a minute to breathe normally again. But before long, our conversation comes easily. A refreshing change from being paralyzed both body and tongue. "I think I've figured out what you've been doing when you lock yourself in the medical records room," Randy announces. "Oh yeah? What is that?" "You've been practicing those spins." I let out an easy laugh. "Oh yes, there is definitely room in that closet for all kinds of torgetes." Randy smiles wide. "I have no idea what that means, but it does sound like something you would do." I laugh again. "Well, it's better than what I've heard you do on your breaks," I banter. Randy grins, clearly pleased I'm playing along. "What do I do?" "Make out with all the nurses, of course." It wasn't that funny, but Randy throws his head back and lets out a boisterous roar. "Right! In order for that to happen, I would actually have to have breaks," he says pointedly. "But my superior is too busy doing pirouettes in her office that she's given me all of her work." We both laugh together at our own idiocy. Just then, I step back onto someone's foot. "Oh!" I spin around to apologize. "I'm so sorry. Oh, Molly, it's you. I'm sorry, I had no idea anyone was so close behind me." "Yeah, I'm sure you didn't," she spits. "What were you guys laughing at?" Randy cuts in before I can go any further. "The reason Molly was so close to you, Sara, is because she was trying to eavesdrop on our conversation. Come on, let's dance over here." He pulls me by my arm into a very crowded spot on the floor. "Look, I can dance fancy too," he says. He grabs my hand and waist and starts leaping or jumping or something, and drags me along with him. We both laugh out loud at how ridiculous we are. But then I bump into someone else. Someone a lot thicker than Molly. "Jack, I'm so sorry, I didn't see you." "You two look like you're having a good time." Yeah, I say. Randy nods but says nothing. He pulls me to another spot, slowly this time. He wraps both arms around my waist. "Maybe we better stick to traditional slow dancing," he says. "What is that?" I ask. "You know, when you don't move." I crack a grin as I put my arms around his shoulders. "Sure thing." "It's really crowded in here," Randy says. "I'm glad I'm not the one who ran into the colonel." "Thanks for that," I say. But Randy just chuckles. I blush in the darkness. Jack. Just when I thought I had gotten him out of my mind. I'm happy to see it's Lexi he's dancing with. She and I exchange grins. To be honest, they look good together. Killer whale tall with killer whale small. Despite Lexi's astounding strength, she's also very pretty. Suddenly I'm not too happy they're dancing together. Don't fall for someone at the army ball, Sara. Life won't be exciting like this the rest of the year. Somewhere around us, Shania's clear voice ascends up to her climatic pitch, and the guitar strums the last note of the song. Randy holds out his arms, suggesting a friendly hug, which I gladly reciprocate. Peering over his shoulder, I see Jack staring at us before quickly looking away. I can't be sure, though, with the room being so dark. Not a second later, Nate is in front of me holding my hands, walking backward and pulling us to a larger space. A cha-cha song fills the room. Without a word, Nate pulls me into position, lifts a high knee, and moves his fast feet with me skipping along.
"You've still got it, Sara," Nate says to me. "You too, Nate." "I don't have the hips, though," he says. "Thank goodness for that," I say. Nate laughs as we enjoy our much too short cha-cha number together. He smiles big as he spins me around in another bear hug. My head is still spinning when he sets me back on my feet. As my blurry vision starts to clear, I see Jack standing in front of me.
"Sara, do you like the swing?" he asks. "Of course," I say, still a little dazed. "Which kind of swing do you know?" A fresh big band number blasts through the speakers that somehow are right next to me again. I'm not sure," he yells through the piercing sound of trumpets. "Would you like to dance with me?" He sounds like he's in a hurry. "Of course," I yell back at him. I raise my hands for him to hold, but he surprises me by starting with a lift, and it completely takes my breath away. With one swift movement, I'm now the highest person in the room. He does this as if it were no effort at all. Nate had sure felt strong, but this is phenomenal.
Jack places me on his shoulder. I decide to make a show of it and put my arms straight in the air like I would have done in a real swing competition. I can't help but grin. How exhilarating this is. Then, in a movement just as swift as the first, Jack flips me in a tight circle, bringing me to my feet. It was so fast that it didn't even matter that I was in a dress. Thank goodness for my character shoes, which undoubtedly helped with the landing. Brief cheers and applause rupture the surrounding crowd. Then Jack leads me in the basic West Coast swing. The longer I dance with Jack, the more I prefer his leading style. He certainly isn't as skilled or as quick as Nate is, but he gives me more room and more time to add the steps and spins I want to add. The dance comes to a close and Jack lifts me to his shoulder again as the final bass drum sounds. Those around us whistle and applaud. Jack carefully brings me down to the floor. "Thanks for the dance," he says. "Sure thing." We're standing in place, just grinning at each other and breathing hard, when the main lights abruptly turn on. We both blink in the sudden brightness. "Okay, everybody!" All heads turn to face a short brunette man standing behind the podium, speaking into the microphone. It's Nate. Oh no, what is he going to do now? I recall back to my high school days. Dancing with Nate helped me remember all the reasons I had fallen for him, and what he was about to do reminded me of one reason I had broken it off between us. "Who wants to do a sing-along?" Nate yells in an overly jovial voice. Silence falls across the audience. I cringe mentally. He's never funny when he tries to be. Nate laughs in a booming voice, causing the microphone to let out a high squeak. "You know I'm joking, right?" He laughs again. No one joins him. "Turn the music back on, you moron!" Somebody yells from the audience. I cringe again, this time visibly. From the corner of my eye, I see Jack peek down at me. "Oh, come on, people! Lighten up," Nate shouts. "I just have an announcement to make. John Michael Montgomery has come here this evening to perform a special number for our last dance tonight." Everyone on the dance floor exchanges puzzled looks. Traveling musicians have been unheard of for quite some time now. "Ha, just kidding!" Nate laughs again. Now the audience is audibly groaning. I place my fingers at my temples and bite my lip, hoping he will sit down soon. "But," Nate continues, ignoring the taunts and protests, "we do have some cover singers from my very own division to sing for us. Welcome to the fake country pop singers," he shouts with one arm stretched out. At that moment, a spotlight shines in the corner of the room, where a man and a woman stand. The woman with a microphone, the man with a baritone ukulele. The man nods his raven head and strums the strings with a familiar tune. The woman sways her tall, thick body to the beat, her white blonde hair dangling just in front of her face. She breathes deeply and starts to sing. On the battlefield again, alone and afraid. Don't know where you are, don't know if you've changed. you still love me, babe, when I'm so far away? My heart's still in your hand. You're the reason for my day. I'm here for you when I'm fighting in the night. I'm here for you. Though I'm not right by your side, and when the morning comes, I'll be back in your arms. So just tell me, babe, do you still love me? So just tell me, babe, do you still love me? Tell me, baby, do you still love me? When the tone of voice and strings fade away, I find I can't move. I don't want to move. The sweet song is comforting in an unsettling sort of way. The ripples of the woman's high voice echo across the hall like bells on a tower. A chill runs down my spine. At that moment, the only thing in the world that exists is this melody. Sporadic sniffles pierce the heavy silence. I see tears streaming down several cheeks, but for some reason I can't cry. Slowly the sniffles turn into muffled voices and sluggish feet. But all I can do is stand still and hear the echo of that magical melody. And that concludes Chapter 18. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked the song. Again, check out the YouTube or Facebook or Twitter links to see a video of it, and then you can like it and share it with others. I hope you come back next Thursday for Chapter 19, which is called That Was Lucky. I hope you have a great Valentine's Day. If you don't think you will, then listen to that lovesick song again and over again, or whatever makes you feel happy when you're lovesick. Regardless, I hope you all have a great week. Until next time, take care.